Hello my darling Fumi Nation, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be doing this sister to sister because it's been a while. It's been a minute, but you know guys, I try so very much to do videos that you want, and I can always tell by the viewership what is working and what is not. So when you guys said, Fumi, we want review, I said, darlings, you got it. But then I could see in the comments, a lot of you were saying, Fumi, you have a lot of international followers that are not African, they're not Nigerian, they're not from Tanzania, South Africa. We love you. We would love a sister to sister. And I said, absolutely. So we're going to be having this fabulous beat makeup tutorial for you guys. Do we love, do we live? And we are going to talk about danger. Danger, my darlings, because I'm reading in the news all over the globe how girls are missing, how girls go to parties, we don't see them anymore, and some of them really meet unexpected endings. So today is about danger and to be aware about danger. And we'll have a makeup tutorial just to keep it a little light as I send over the message to you guys. So get your makeup tools, because this is not really about products, it's about skill. Just to have a lovely beat and enjoying what we all love, story time. Telling you stories of my past, of my life. I'm 53, so I got a couple. I've been around the sun and the moon 53 times. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And I want to share with you things that have happened, things that can still happen if you are not aware. Sit back, my darlings, and enjoy. Mwah. All right, my darlings, let us start. I am going to use the Saint Laurent Touche Eclat Blur Primer Mattifying for Oily Skin. Absolutely fabulous, and it really does the job. And I just put it in. It's got like a little bit of a cast. I don't mind that because I'm going to put my foundation over that. But this works. Okay. I am loving Huda Beauty's stick foundation. Mine is Hot Fudge, and it's the full filter. Absolutely love this. And I just twist it up like so, and I just circle it all over my face. Like so. So my darlings, summer is coming, and we will be out. And as an auntie, because a lot of you refer to me as that, take a kabuki brush and I just blend that all in. And as an auntie, sometimes we gotta talk about stuff that's a little serious, because I love you girls. And I know you want to have fun, and I know you want to go out there, party, enjoy yourselves, because we've been on lockdown for 2 years. A lot has been going on. A lot of time has passed, you know. And this is basically safety. This is basically about safety. Being safe. Go out, be aware, because we are the weaker sex. We are the weaker sex when it comes to physical ability. A man can overpower you at any time. Do we love, darlings? Do we love? Do you see how I just blend it into the neck so that it's fluid? There you go. Blend it into the neck, and that way you won't have that neck to jaw difference where you can see the difference of your foundation, difference of your neck. The thing here is that, you know, we perspire, we're out in the day, so the foundation can oxidize. And when it does that, that is when you will see the difference from what is on your face onto your neck. But if everything is covered up from your face down to your neck, then it will still match throughout the day. Do you get it? Yeah. I knew you would. I knew you would. And that's what I do. Do you see how it's just all blended in? My chest is much lighter than the rest of my body, so I try to match it up. Juvia Stick Foundation will always be my best. It will forever be my best. This is, oh God, I think maybe my 7th. I have to dig it out. That is how much I love it. It's just the best. It's the best. Don't forget, guys, to use my discount code when it comes to anything Juvias, please. And these, my darlings, are Stick Foundation. And this, my darling, if you're asking for underneath the eyes, is Benin. Okay, so I'm gonna take my DSW beauty blender, the best in the world as far as I am concerned. When it really comes to beauty blenders, this is the softest ever. And I am also including Beauty Blender, the brand. These ones, DSW, are even better, even better. So I am reading about all of these girls missing, the dangers that these girls are finding themselves in, the heartache for their parents. And I just wanted to let you know that if you guys are going out, go in groups, stick together, especially when you're going home. If you have that friend that wants to go home with the boyfriend, because it happens, you're young adults, you can do whatever you want to do. You have that girl that, oh, I want to go with my boyfriend, I want to go with my boyfriend, da 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 da. And if you do not know the guy, try your best to convince her to come home. He can see you another night. I am using 6W1 sandalwood, and this is Estee Lauder. Do you see? It's double wear. Let me bring it in a little closer so you can see. There you go. So it's Estee Lauder double wear maximum cover. Okay, and I'm just going to use a little bit of highlight in the inner part of my eye. I haven't done a makeup tutorial in a while, and you guys were like, oh, Fumi, please do something so that we can, you know, enjoy the makeup as well. And I said, all right. I tried very hard to accommodate you guys, because there's no point in me filming something that ultimately you guys don't want to watch. Does that make sense? No, it does not. Then you take a fluff brush. I have found that this is the most flawless way to set your powder. So you take a brush and then you dip into any setting powder that you have. I have mine in here, and this again is Juvia's Place. I just have it in here because it's easier for me. And what I do, I just dab it on. Just dab it on, and it sets it beautifully. Beautifully. Just look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Just set it everywhere you've put the highlighter. It absolutely just makes it really flawless. I also put it over my brows. Why, Fumi? Because again, I've got oily skin, I've got oily brows. So when I'm ready to do my brows, which I'm going to do in a minute, the pencil really goes on very well. Okay, so there we have a set face. Let me do my brows, my darling, and I will be... And we are back, my darlings. Do we live? Do we love? I use Fenty Beauty's Brow MPV, and this is Extreme Black, the darkest shade. Fantastic for my brows. I use Juvia's Place gel liner, and I just tweak it a little bit at the edges of the brow, and that is it. When I tell you, it gives me life. It gives me life in such a way that I can't explain. So here we are, my darlings. Again, we're going to use Juvia's Place eye primer. Why? Because this is not a cream. This is more of a liquid, so it's very great for what? Oily lids. Oily lids. I'm just gonna, and this is a dark shade, I'm just gonna put some here after shaking it, and then I'm gonna take my brush. This is what I do, is so easy, and just put a little bit onto the lid, and it's a fabulous match, as you can see. So I just put that on, and today we're just doing a very casual eye, casual look. You know, the primer is genius, absolutely genius. and I leave this to set. Why? Because we go on and then we go in with the contour. Guys, of everything I've just mentioned so far, you have to get the contour set 8D by Morphe. Fantastic. Let me just turn it around for you guys. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Let me show you how. Just warms up the face. Remember, we've set the makeup, but we haven't really given it dimension and definition. We're doing that now, and I'm going in with a lighter shade, and I'm just going to circle loosely around the face, okay? So that is what I'm talking about, darlings. The dangers that is out there for girls. You just have to be really careful of where you are. Always be conscious of where you are. It's so important. Underneath here, right there on the side of the jaw, I like to just swish it through, and it gives that honeycomb warm feeling. Do you see? All right. Then what I do, I go in with the second shade. Watch now. And I go right there just to cut it, just to give it that little definition right there. Okay? Wow. It just brings it in. That 5 pounds, that cake that I ate. It's gone. There you go. I live for it. Then the top one, I just take it and I just squish it right into the hairline and to my face. Right there. I mix it all in, and it just understands the assignment every single time. Voila. Do we live? Do we love? Ugh. Then, what do? I go in with the first one again. And so, my darling, will come to story time. Listen to the story. I was in university. I was 21. I lived in a student hostel. It was very close to the university. It wasn't on the university campus, but it was close. And then I'm going to go in with this darker shade right here. And I'm just going to really enclose that in here, into the eye. This is what I love about this palette. It's multi-purpose. As a matter of fact, let me get a smaller brush. There we go. And I'm going to go in, like I said, with this one right here. Okay? And I'm just going to just encase it right round like that. One day, a girlfriend of mine came and said, "Oh, Fumi, do you want to go to this party? It's fabulous. It's going to be great. It's not a university party. They're not, you know, the young boys." I said, of course. I'd been studying all week and I just wanted to have a really good time, relax, party. You know, I never drank alcohol. I never did. It just wasn't my thing. Till this very day. At my wedding, I had bitter lemon because I just didn't care for the champagne. It gives me a headache. It gives me a headache, and that headache can last for weeks. So I don't care for it. So she said, "Okay, Fums, I'll come and pick you up, and then we'll go." I said, "All right." And it was a bunch of guys that came to pick us up. She knew them, I didn't. I didn't think anything of it. I should have, but I didn't. I'm just swirling this in. Sometimes I don't want to use black eyeshadow. I just want to have like a neutral, yummy, gorgeous eye. So I just like to swirl this in. And I find that this palette really gives me that beautiful, deep chocolate black. This is a very beginner-friendly makeup tutorial. For those of you that can't afford to have all of these palettes, not a problem. Get this one. Get this one because you can use everything here. for a look. And there you have it. That is it.
That is it.
That is it. Hi, honey.
Hi. You started again?
No, I hope I'm start. I just wanted to.
Okay.
Yes, I'm already working. Say hi.
Hi.
Bend down.
Oh. Hi.
Wait, hold on, let me move.
Hi. See, I'm not even in focus. I'm going to go out, okay?
Okay, baby, love you.
I'll put out the other lights.
Thank you, sunshine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. And there you have it. It's just a very nice eye. And this you can wear to work. You can wear out. You can do absolutely anything. And so I didn't know the guys that had come to pick us up. I had gotten dressed. In those days, I wore lots of pants and I always wore high heels. But they were very much of a platform because they were more comfortable to dance in. This is NYX. So I'm just going to line the eye, just a little line, a little itty bitty line, okay? We jumped into the car and set off. It's so funny. It's over 30 years ago, this story. I think I've told it twice prior to telling you guys. Once to my husband, the other to the police. Just let it dry, just like a little wing, especially those of you that have hooded eyes like me. You just make sure that your wing liner is not that big so that way you still have space and it looks pretty. It was a beautiful evening. It was a wonderful night. The streets were abuzz with nightlife. You could see people on the streets going to their various parties, various clubs. It was a buzzy night. It was hot and it was early summer. So it was exciting. Let that just calm down. There you go. Yeah. Oma coming to America, limited edition. And I absolutely love this shade right here. And what is it called? You Glow Girl. So I'm going to take that with my 131 Morphe brush. And I'm just going to put this on the high tops of my brow. See? And use the brush and just graze it all the way down. Oh, simple and nice. See? Voila. Okay. You take your little brush and you put it into the tear ducts, inner tear duct. And that just pops open the eye. See? I like to do this and it's a great option for those of you that feel, oh, Fumi, I'm not that great with eyeshadow. You just put a little bit on top and not necessarily on the lid. And that opens up your eye. This is a gel pencil by Patrick Tar. Beautiful. It's a cream, so it's not white, and it opens up the eye. Okay? So I just put this onto my waterline and it really just gives me more fabulosity. There you go. Can you see how it just opens it, lifts it up and out? It was a nice long drive to the party. I didn't mind necessarily when I think, because we were talking in the car, we were getting to know each other, and it was a thing where they were taking us to their friend's party. And we just didn't ask too many questions. I didn't ask too many questions. I was comfortable that my girlfriend knew them. It was a party. We had done this 100 million times before. Why would I think any different? I'm going to put on my lashes, some mascara. I'll be right back. Do we love, my darlings? Do we love? And as you can see, I put nothing on my lids. You don't necessarily have to pack it on all the time. This will last all day. You look gorgeous. Take your Morphe palette. Again, we're going to put a little highlighter. This one right here. And you can just go onto the high tops. High tops and just dance it. Just dab it onto your cheekbone right there. Do you see? Then what you can do, oh, this is so gorgeous. You can just circle it around. And then we do the same thing. It's a beautiful gold. There you go. On the tops right there, just dance it on. And there you have it. Just circle it around, you see, and you get that glowy, yummy effect. Beautiful. And just circle this around. Look at how pretty this is. We got to the party and I wasn't impressed. From the outside of the party, house party, come to find out, it was dark. I wasn't feeling the vibe. I wasn't feeling the crowd. A little bit onto the nose, and then in between right there, it just gives it that little jajaloopes. Yeah. It's just a bunch of guys, girls. They weren't really looking partyish. A little bit more. Yeah. Hi. I'm a donut. Again, no blusher here, as you can see. Okay. Then we're going to use Stubborn, and this is MAC. And you can put this over here on top of your highlighter so that it's not too harsh. There you go. And it all blends in. See? Give it a little bit up there too, right there, just to warm up the face. And that just gives it a very beautiful, natural enhancement. It wasn't a great party by any standards. By any standards, it was not a great party. And so, I decided that I would leave. My girlfriend said, oh, Fumi, you sure you don't want to stay? And I was like, nah, I don't want to stay. I want to go to a club. I want to dance. I want to hear loud music. And it just fell short. It just wasn't that kind of party. It must have been about 10 o'clock. It must have been about 10 o'clock. This is Candice by JUVIAS, one of the most metallic lipsticks I have ever owned. I even have to circle because it's literally finished. What do you think, guys? Is this not gorgeous? That's all you need, my darlings. I'm going to use Jaclyn Hill setting spray. Cover all of your palettes. And there you have it, guys. Beautiful. So I began to walk down the street. And like many of you have experienced, you can feel people behind you. That very quiet, ghostly presence. So I turned around and I saw 4 guys walking behind me. One was carrying a big chain, and I immediately sensed danger. And when I looked at them, they looked right back at me. So I quickened the pace. I didn't know where I was. I thought that I could walk further down and I would find a busy street. And there'll be buses and I will be able to make my way back. Initially I thought, let me go back But if I went back, it would mean that I would have to go back in the direction of the guys that were coming towards me. So that wasn't an option. I started to dart around to see where I could go, you know, whether there were little closed avenues. And it's funny because I'm the girl watching a movie saying, idiot, do not run into a house. Why would you run into a house? And I was looking to see if I could run into another house of some sort, or another party, club, something. And it was getting closer. And my sense of understanding was that these guys knew that I was going to a dead end. But I kept going because they were taking their time. I made a sharp turn and started running in the opposite direction. And then broke out into another street. By this time, they were much closer because they saw me turn, so they turned. As I broke out into the other street, a car just pulled up. You know how white cars can look so gleam, so flashy and new in the dark. And it was girls. And they're like, hey, we go to college together, you model. You model for my friend, because I used to model in school. And that's how I used to make a lot of pocket money for the fashion design department. So they knew me. I didn't know them. And they're like, oh, I know you, I know you. Are you going back to college? Why are you here? And they swung open that door and I jumped right in. I turned and you could see the guys. They stopped now. They didn't even bother. They just stopped and they looked at me. And that has haunted me for always, because I will always wonder what could have happened that night. You have to have a sense of danger at night. You have to have a sense of danger when you're walking alone. You have to have a sense of danger as a woman. Always make sure that you go to busy streets. Make sure that you are never alone, that you're with girlfriends. Don't leave your friends alone. Don't leave your group of friends. Make sure that you have enough money, cash and card, to get yourself home. It's extremely important because you think it could never happen to you. You really do, until it's too late. I got back home and my girlfriend checked on me the following day and she was like, I'm so sorry, it was a bum party. And she went back home with another girlfriend and she just wanted to make sure that I was okay. I said, yes, I'm okay. There was a missing girl. She had been missing for months. Months. And she had been battered with this big, huge link chain. I ran to the police and I let them know. As soon as I saw it in the papers, as soon as I saw the chain, I knew it. Very eerie. Be very careful, my darlings. Be very conscious of where you are at all times. Be very cautious of danger. I love you, my darlings. Don't forget to leave all of your comments below.